My people, this next update is going to be crazy, and to be quite honest with you all, I couldn't be more excited for it. Ranked as we know it is not going to look like this anymore, that's for dang sure. The Brawl Stars dev team ended up releasing the blog post, which was mentioned here a few days ago over on the social medias, attached with the sneak peek photo of the significant changes coming to ranked, and they are crazy. So we're going to run through everything that's going to be coming here so we're all on the same page. I think it's going to be a really fire update. All right, so there is a ton here, and I'm going to try to break it down as simple as possible here. Basically the biggest points that we can expect from ranked 2.0 in this next update. As you can see at the very top, ranked is dead and ranked is back. Just to get it out of the way, it is now confirmed that indeed the next Brawl Talk is coming out on the 22nd. So mark that down on your calendar. And of course, these changes will be accompanying it when the update drops. So taking a look at some of the big things that are changing. So all the way up here at the top with the ranked rework, there are some important goals, and that is making ranked more competitive for skilled players, getting the broader community to be excited about ranked, and I think it's going to be really exciting seeing that there's going to be a good amount of rewards, keeping things more exciting, as well as monetization for upcoming Brawl Stars esports activities. So pretty dang cool. So we're going to be starting off with the first major addition here, and that is the Pro Pass. But I would like to kind of hype you guys up before we dive into that. We're finally getting a new skin rarity accompanying ranked, something that I've been dying for, something to flex on people, showing off how good you are in the game mode. And it's upgradable. We'll be breaking this down here in a minute. But first, let's get into the Pro Pass, a lot like the current Brawl Pass that we have, but for ranked and competitive. First major difference of the Pro Pass compared to the Brawl Pass is this one's going to be 4 months long. They go on and explaining that it's going to fit up really nicely with significant events that come around the corner with Brawl Stars esports, much like Brawl Cup, Last Chance Qualifier in September, and all that good stuff, World Finals. So the Pro Pass logo is going to look like this, and we'll get into what you can expect from it. So much like the Brawl Pass, there's going to be a free track to this, as well as a paid track. The paid version of the Pro Pass is going to cost $24.99 for 4 months. So it shapes up to being like $6.25 a month. But in terms of the price point and value that you get from the rewards itself, I think it's pretty dang good if you ask me. Now, in order to progress through the Pro Pass, it's kind of like the Brawl Pass. You'll be able to get XP through ranked, and we'll get into that a little bit more in depth here, but I do want to go over the actual rewards itself. So on the free pass, you're going to be getting these pro skin upgrades. More on that later about the crazy new rarity of skins, but you also get 34 rank drops, 34 star drops, 8 mythic drops, 8 legendary drops, 50 gems, 1 hypercharge, and 3 to 4 legendary tail rewards. So I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure we'll come across it. But then for the paid version, most of the price point that comes around with it is the gems as well as the coins. But if you are a cosmetic junkie, you can get pins, sprays, profile icons, and more of those pro skin upgrade points. So at a price point of $24.99, the gems from the paid version of the Pro Pass are value in and of itself, making up for it, let alone all the other stuff, much like 5,000 coins, the pro skin upgrades, as well as the cosmetics. It's really, really worth. It's kind of what you would come to expect with any pass, right? The best terms of like value is going to be like the Brawl Pass and now the Pro Pass, just another way to progress here in the game, which is really, really exciting. I'd never really take into consideration coin pack values in terms of gems. It's just no one ever uses it. This doesn't mean anything, but seeing that we get 5,000 coins, it's pretty dang worth. But what I am really, really happy about is, if you ask me, the free version of this Pro Pass is not bad at all. We're getting a hypercharge for free, some gems in there. As a free-to-play player, it's pretty dang hard to get gems, and not bad on actual like star drop progression, right? Legendary mythic aren't bad at all. Really, really excited about it. I feel like, honestly, the free feels a bit better than the paid. And then the final column, 4 months of old ranked. It's just showcasing what we were able to get beforehand, before these changes come into play. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Honestly, I'm really, really happy with what we're getting here. Before we get into the brand new skin rarity here, I just want to briefly go over how we can progress on the new pass, the XP. As you can see here at the top, in order to progress, you need to get Pro Pass XP, much like the Brawl Pass XP. It's going to work very, very similar. You can get it by winning ranked matches. So they say it's very similar to what we already have with the Brawl Pass, but the Pro Pass XP refreshes weekly and you have to win the actual match. You can also get XP by ranking up, and then watching and interacting with esports broadcasts on event BrawlStars.com, which we've talked about plenty of times here on the channel. They go on and explain it's not required that you watch esports related things, it's just going to help you progress a little bit faster. They also clarify here, if you purchase the Pro Pass, it's going to grant you 2x Pro Pass XP as well as double the weekly limit. So if you buy stuff, it's going to be easier, right? And then finally, they go on and explaining that the free track that is going to be attached to the Pro Pass is going to be better rewards-wise, which we already talked about and showcased, right? Pretty dang cool progression going on here. I like it a lot. I suppose the only thing that I'm a little bit worried about, which I think it's a necessity for ranked now to make it like a well fleshed out thing inside of Brawl Stars, is maybe things are getting a little bit too complicated. It might just look like that just because we're reading off a blog post, but I guess for a game to thrive and stuff like that, you have to keep adding new things and whatnot. So we have 2 pass systems, one for ranked, one for regular Brawl Stars. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the Pro Pass stuff going on here. I'm really looking forward to it, especially the new pro skin rarity. So this is actually insane, and I've been looking forward to something like this coming to the game for a very, very long time. The very first pro skin that's going to be hitting the game is for Colt. I know Colt has like an absolute metric crap ton of skins, but they do it for a reason. It's very low rarity, so you don't have to have that requirement to entry or to like enjoy the actual skin itself. A lot of people should have Colt, right? But the way these skins are going to work is they're going to have an upgrade mechanic or feature to them. Specifically 11 different upgrades you can make to the skin to showcase how experienced you are with ranked and how good of a player you actually are. You'll start off with a base version of the skin, much like this, but then as you progress and level up your skin, your pro rarity skin, it'll take on a cooler new version and look awesome. These are just examples. I'm sure it might look maybe a little bit different once it actually hits the game itself, but starting off with cool renditions of it here. But getting into the specifics here, pro skins can be upgraded up to 11 times by collecting skin upgrades, which we had already discussed is a new feature that's going to be added to the Pro Pass, but you can also get them out of ranked drops 8 months after the skin's release, which so dang hype, bro. Ranked star drops are some of the most underwhelming star drops there are in the entire game. It's really, really hyped to be able to get the brand new ranked skin, but then other than that, you're just getting like 100 bling and it feels like crap. So with these new skin upgrades, it gives a little bit more use case to the ranked star drops that I think is going to be really, really good for the game, especially once we get more pro rarity skins for brawlers into the game. So as you upgrade this pro skin, it's going to change in a few different ways, whether it's, as you can see in the second bullet point here, a visual improvement or visual changes. There can also be some spawn VFX changes, as well as other cosmetic changes, and they're including a new animated brawler battle card for the pro skin. So freaking cool, bro. And the final bullet point is the one that makes me the most excited. For every new ranked season, you can get a legendary level skin in the free track of the pass. So cool, bro. I remember back in the day, we were so bottlenecked as free-to-play players not being able to get cosmetics in the game, and it was groundbreaking to introduce bling. And free-to-play players rejoiced because they could actually get skins. But now we're getting stuff all the time, dude. Legendary skin in the free track. That's so awesome. But taking a look at the upgrades here, the very first upgrade is going to be on the free track, the base skin, so you unlock the skin. Second upgrade is on the free track. Once again, you get a pin, profile icon, as well as a spray. Third upgrade on the free track, special attack effect changes. It's like upgraded a tier of rarity, right? From like a super rare to like an epic. Fourth upgrade is a skin model upgrade, also on the free track. The fifth one is 8 new pins that you unlock for the pro skin. The sixth upgrade, you get a special takedown effect. So we're upgrading yet again to maybe like a legendary tier rarity. But then after that, the other upgrades, which we had shown on the paid version, will only be available on the paid track. Seventh upgrade, you get the animated battle card, a new cosmetic in this update. The eighth upgrade, you get a special spawn and respawn effects, which is completely new. Can't wait to see what that looks like, bro. Like, that is freaking sick. The eighth upgrade is a hypercharge form, so much like the hypercharge skins that we have in the game. I love how this is like progressing, where you start off with like a rare skin, you go to like a super rare. Each time you upgrade it, we're like slowly going up in rarity. We're at the hypercharge tier now. And then the 10th and the 11th upgrades are chromas of the skin itself, so just different colors, much like we can expect from skins coming out in the Brawl Pass. This is so up my alley, and I couldn't be more excited excited for something like this. When it comes to Brawl Stars, I feel like grinding elements are really, really important, whether that's like setting a trophy milestone that you want to achieve, say like 50,000 trophies. It's a goal, it's something you can grind in the game. I haven't been this excited for a new feature in the game in a very, very long time. When it comes to Brawl Stars, sometimes it can feel a little stale after a while, because if you really think about it, there's not much crazy stuff to grind. You got trophies, you got masteries, you got ranked. And someone who really, really loves Brawl Stars will kind of like cycle in between those things, setting new goals, new milestones to try to achieve and keep them entertained in the game. But this is just another new thing that we can have fun in grinding, shifting our focus, play ranked a little bit more, try to upgrade these things. Can't freaking wait. And then of course they go on and saying the very first one is going to be for Colt, and they show some other skin concepts of the upgraded versions that come out. Look at that, dude. That's nuts, dude. Colt's looking sick. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the new rarity of skins in the game. I'm excited to see what other ones they end up cooking up and just what the new one is going to look like here for Colt. But now that we got that major point out of the way, we do have a little bit more to get into here. One thing I know a lot of pro players or just more competitive players that spend their time playing ranked the most in Brawl Stars are going to be excited for is this next part, and that is ranked is now more competitive. A gripe that they end up pointing out that I've heard so often now is pro players noticing that Masters or just ranked in general is way too easy. There's a lot of people who make it to Masters that shouldn't typically have been able to get up there. So they ended up doing some changes in order to accommodate those people out there. Point number one, they added a new tier for the highest level of play. The new ranked above Masters is going to be Pro, much like the skin. Once you achieve this tier, a special esports button will be unlocked on your account, which is specifically dedicated for those players who want to compete in Brawl Stars esports events in the future, which is really, really cool. No more worrying just about monthly finals, right? And then for this, seeing that it's the final tier, they made some changes to Masters. It is now 3 different tiers, Masters 1, 2, and 3, much like the other ones, which takes 1,000 elo each to advance. And then they made some modifications to Legendary. It takes 750 elo to advance each tier. Point number 2, they are addressing some elo inflation issues with the changes coming out in this ranked. They're removing the floor of Mythic, so you can be demoted back to Diamond, which is good. The elo gain is increased, but elo loss is more punishing for Legendary and above. That might be a little something fun. I've seen a lot of pro players rage when they lose a crap ton of elo, so I don't know if that's a great change. And then trio and duo team ups is more restrictive as you increase ranks. I know that is a strategy that a lot of players use in order to get really, really high up in elo, and other people try to stick to just more solo gameplay in ranked. So yeah, that looks really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, happy about it. Next up, improvement to matchmaking. As the name implies, improvements to matchmaking, right? I just don't want to read bullet for the entire video or anything like that, but some pretty promising things in there, one of which that I find the most compelling or more eye-opening is the final one. Mythic and above will now require 12 power level and 11 brawlers to play. So you have to be power level 12 with 11 brawlers of them. So no more trolling power level 9 picks, right? Rejoice, the 4th bullet point I'm very, very excited for. Modifiers are going to be removed from ranked, which I think a lot of people are really, really on board with, especially seeing that most recent poll over on Twitter. A lot of people just don't want modifiers in ranked, which makes a lot of sense. I think it was a good addition to make it a bit more casual friendly, but I think it got a little too casual friendly, and what they're changing now I think is going to shake things up in a really, really good way to where we don't need something like eye candy modifiers, you know? But I wanted to rush to this one because it's one of the biggest changes coming to Brawl Stars in a really, really long time. Point number 5, big changes to gadgets, and we're not talking gadgets specifically in ranked. This is game wide. Gadgets can now be used unlimited times, but with a cooldown. So we will no longer have 3 gadget usages by default, or 4 if you're using the gear. It's on a cooldown. Each gadget has their own cooldown based on how strong they are, starting from 7 seconds up to 30 seconds. Good example might be, you know, fidget spinner for Dynamite. I'm guessing that's going to be a 7-second cooldown right there. And then maybe something a little bit more crazy like a 30-second cooldown being like Kit invisibility super, something like that. Gadget, excuse me. So of course with this change, the +1 gadget gear had to be changed, and what it's going to do now is just reduce the cooldown time of the gear regeneration rate. The first time I read through this blog post, I was like, oh, this is just like for ranked, but then obviously the 4th bullet point really sets it home. This change is not exclusive to ranked, but the competitive players would be the ones more more interested in it. So it's not just a ranked feature. And I don't know, I know change is a little bit tricky to go along with inside of Brawl Stars or just in general in life, you know? But I got a good feeling about this. It's a big change, but I think it's going to be really, really good for game balancing. Seeing that we are approaching 90 brawlers in this game, we might hit it in this next update. I'm guessing it's getting more and more tricky to balance certain things, and especially if you guys haven't been paying attention, some of the more recent releases of brawlers having these like crazy gadgets seem to be more and more broken. I mean, if you told me other brawlers could go invisible by clicking a green button on their screen, an ability like specifically designed for Leon, other brawlers can just do that willy-nilly, I would have called you crazy a few years ago, but that's the current Brawl Stars that we are in right now. So I think this change to gadgets being on a cooldown is going to be pretty dang good for the game moving forward. Moving along, they're going to be adding some new game modes to ranked, experimenting with new ones every single month, which I'm all on board for as long as it stays competitive. You can see here the ones that they're going to be adding here in this next update. Exciting, exciting. Moving along to the next point, you'll be able to try maxed out brawlers every season. I like this addition a lot, another crazy new addition. If you don't own all the brawlers and are struggling with maxing them all out for ranked, we have something for you. Each season, 3 fully maxed out brawlers will be available for everyone to use only in ranked. They're going to be changing every single season, so a new 3 fully maxed out brawlers for ranked will come out every single new season reset. And they go on explaining it will allow people to try out new brawlers for competitive game modes and just have an entry point, an easier entry point into ranked if they want to achieve some higher milestones. As we had mentioned before, my disdain for the ranked drops here in this game, they ended up making some significant changes to that, kind of accompanying the pro pass, which we already discussed. So looking forward to that, just flushing them out, adding a little bit more to them. I think that was important for the ranked star drops. They're kind of a meme if you ask me. But then we get to the final point, and that is the new battle cards, which we already got sneak peeked some time ago. A lot here, guys. My mouth is starting to get sore. But we know of the new rank right now, right? It's the tier above masters. So looking forward to that and just the new designs of the battle cards. But then as we're nearing the end here, one other point that I wanted to mention that I found really, really cool, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy, is that third bullet point under the other ranked improvement. You can now heart brawlers to favorite them. Favorite brawlers will be filtered in the front during ranked picked phases. So dang good. Like I said before, we are approaching 90 brawlers in this game, and I am not the only person out there that had to pick a brawler that they didn't want to play because they couldn't find them scrolling with the limited time that we have to pick a brawler in ranked. So really, really happy about that one. Hearting a few of your favorite brawlers or brawlers that are good in the meta that you're more than likely going to be picking quite often. You can heart them so they're easier to pick. You can actually think a little bit more about why and what you're going to pick for the games. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a overview of the changes to ranked, bro. Absolutely insane. I always ask you guys what y'all are thinking in these videos, but this time around it is like, I really want to know what you guys are thinking. It's a huge change, but I think it's something that a lot of people are really going to enjoy. And finally, we have an update to look forward to that isn't just like a collab, a major change and improvement to the game that we already have. And I hope ranked is really enjoyable. But yeah, guys, that's just about all I got for you guys here in this episode today. Nuts things coming around the corner. Let me know what you're the most excited for. Are you excited for Ranked 2.0? To be honest, if you asked me, I'm most excited for the skins, obviously, as well as the unlimited gadget change to see how that will impact Brawl Stars moving forward. Really looking forward to seeing what happens with all of that. But yeah, man, I think I'll leave you guys on that note. Thank you all for watching, as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios. Take care.